All right, so if you use Excel, you've probably heard about using AI to make your life easier. But here's the thing, using AI isn't just one thing. It can mean two totally different ways of working. Today, we're going to break down those two paths and help you figure out which AI is the right teammate for you.
Okay, let's frame this as a hiring decision. Imagine you've got this big, messy Excel task on your plate. You need help, and you're going to bring on an AI teammate. But who do you pick? I'm telling you, the choice you make is going to completely change how you get the job done. So to make this super clear, here's our game plan. We're going to meet our two AI candidates, put them head-to-head in a job interview, and then figure out exactly who to hire and when. And stick around, because we're going to finish with a really important reality check. All right, let's get started. It is time to meet the two main candidates for your new AI-powered Excel team.
You know, this right here is the absolute heart of it. You're not just picking a piece of software, you're picking a work style. Do you need a big picture thinker, a strategist who advises you from 30,000 feet? Or do you need a hands-on helper who's right there with you in the trenches, cell by cell? Let's call them the AI consultant and the AI assistant. First up, let's meet the AI consultant. Now, this is the method you're probably most familiar with. It's when you upload your actual Excel file directly to a web-based AI, something like Claude.ai or ChatGPT.
Think of the consultant just like this. You're basically zipping up your spreadsheet and emailing it off to an expert. Now, this expert doesn't even open Excel on their end. What they do is they read the file's code, they parse all the data, and they analyze its structure behind the scenes. They are working on your project, but they are not working in it with you.
And what's so interesting here is the skill set. The consultant is a master of high-level strategy. It can look at your whole data structure and give you advice. It can write you some seriously complex VBA code or tell you the absolute best way to set up a pivot table. But, and this is the key, notice what it can't do. It can't actually run that code. It just gives you the instructions as plain text for you to go back and plug into Excel. It's an advisor, not a doer.
Okay, now for our second candidate, the AI assistant. This is a totally different beast. This is the in-app experience, where you're using an add-in that lives and breathes right inside of Excel itself. The assistant is, well, it's a total game changer. This AI is like having a co-pilot sitting right next to you, looking over your shoulder at your screen. It sees the exact cells you have selected, it gets the context of what you're doing, and when you ask it to do something, it just does it, right there, in the sheet. And this just perfectly illustrates the difference, right? The assistant is all about speed and execution. It can pop a VLOOKUP formula right into cell B2 for you. It can clean up a whole column of messy data that you've highlighted. It's amazing for all those little repetitive tasks. But its focus is narrow, It's looking at your active sheet right now. It's not necessarily thinking about how to redesign your entire workbook from scratch. Okay, the interviews are done. It's time to put our two candidates side by side and really see how they stack up on the things that matter.
So, everything you need to know is right here. Just look at the differences. Workspace, the consultant is in a web browser, totally separate. The assistant is inside Excel. How it sees your data, one parses code, the other sees live cells. Formula writing, one suggests text that you have to copy and paste, the other writes the formula for you right into the cell. It all boils down to this. The consultant is a powerhouse for strategy and generating code. The assistant is unbeatable for pure speed and hands-on tasks.
So, how does this help you make the hiring decision? Now that we know their strengths and weaknesses, let's get super specific about which jobs you should hire them for.
This is basically your cheat sheet. You hire the consultant when you have those big, open-ended questions. Things like, how should I completely restructure this report? Or can you write me a complex VBA macro to automate this? But you hire the assistant for the immediate specific tasks. Write a formula here. Clean this column. Fill in these empty cells. It's strategy versus execution, plain and simple.
Now, before we finish up, we have to talk about one last thing. This is a really crucial reality check about working with any kind of AI.
It is so important to remember where these AIs get their smarts. They've scanned massive amounts of the public internet. And that means they can sometimes hallucinate. They can state something with 100% confidence that just isn't true. For example, your AI consultant might see a dip in your sales figures and invent a cause it read about on some blog post, something that has absolutely nothing to do with your actual business. It can't always separate its general internet knowledge from the hard facts in your file.
So the big takeaway is this. You are still the manager. The AI is an amazing tool, a brilliant consultant or a super fast assistant, but it is not the final decision maker. You have to review its work, check its formulas, and use your own critical thinking. Never, ever blindly trust what it gives you. So there you have it. You've got the playbook. You know how to hire the right AI for the right Excel job. The only question left is, with your brand new teammate ready and waiting, what are you going to build first?